this, we would like to talk about some of the specific initiatives which highlight the alumni centricity of YUAA. Right. So one such thing is Yenepoya University has 3 international chapters. So how has it contributed to strong alumni engagement? Second is the alumni community has 50 plus batch ambassadors. Like for the people who are not aware with the term batch ambassadors, so I would like to highlight that Yenepoya University has one representative from each of the institute and each of the batches who is representing their batch, and at the same time who is representing alumni association among their batches in order to communicate with the batches directly. And third initiative that we have is a very small but very interesting initiative, that is naming the newsfeed. So yeah, these are a few initiatives. So we would like to hear from Dr. Imran on these. So if you could proceed with the slide.
Yeah. Basically now if I have to go from the UGC recommendations, which is already into the picture, most of the alumni association have been compelled to start all these chapters. What we have to tell is we are almost a 25-30-year-old 30-year-old college, and a relatively young university, you can say. We just completed, I think, 10 years into our university status. But we have our alumni spread across everywhere. But we did not have a platform. We had a Dubai branch, we had a Saudi, we had a Malaysian students, but they were not connected together. I think Al-Mashain's platform, when it came, it gave us a reason to start a chapter. We started the initiative, the then president, Dr. Rahul, and even our one of our older alumni, Dr. Hassan Sarfraz, who we all got together. We all said, now this is the right time. We'll start off with the Dubai chapter, and in fact. We had around 280 registrations for that Dubai chapter, and our association did not have to spend anything. They sponsored the entire event. That makes a lot of difference, because most of the time they all ask, what's in it for me, what's in it for those organizations. But it was the pure love, pure connections what we had, and we had a few of our faculties from here flown into Dubai. And they even, in fact, our chancellor went for the program. Even from Ajman University, vice chancellor was called in. The event went on really well. Once we started the Dubai chapter, the Saudi chapter started feeling, we should do something. They followed it back. They got it together. And they did a meeting. They got a get together, and it's like it's infectious. Once you spill the bean, it just starts. And in fact, we have UK, Australia, though we have not started a chapter as such, but we are all, the timelines are very different. UK, USA, how people are. They are very, they know what they have to do. But we have been successfully able to get them together. But they are all there. And Malaysia, we have international students, Malaysian students. We have the last batch of students. In fact, it was a good initiative what we have taken, so that we keep in touch with them. Still in touch with. These are all in the Malaysian branch is still in formative stage. We are in touch with them. In fact, we were supposed to have one more program, an alumni get together there, but I think we have to postpone it. Again, the issue is different timelines, and they are not able to come to one place. Even though Malaysia is a small place, most of them are working in rural areas. To come them to one place is a difficulty. That's what they have given the feedback to me. But we are in constant touch with them. Probably 2 years down the line, we'll be able to have a program. But the best point is we are in touch with them through this. They are in touch with us. That is the main thing. What we want is for them to be touching with the alma mater.
Okay.
And these chapters have given us a lot of info, into their how they run. They have many of the, one of the alumni has offered a lot of jobs to our own students, and almost gives them moral support and spirits of the association. When you go into a foreign place, you need somebody to guide, and I think we have a very good platform where on the alumni map, everybody knows where is an alumni. They can get in touch with them. In fact, this has helped us a lot. One of our students who went as a student exchange program to Australia was able to get in touch with most of the alumni in Australia, because he did not tell me. He logged in through our alumni system and got in. He scrolled through the entire system, and he himself got in touch with most of them. And These are all the what we say tangible, intangible benefits to our students. In fact, when he comes and tells all these stories to the students, they become ultimately the brand ambassador. The student is the brand ambassador, and the alumni who has helped, he's a brand ambassador. We are trying to spread this brand ambassador concept into all of these alumni. And on this chapter, positives. And as I said, we have 20. I think we have around 25 years. We are into association, so we have selected the batch ambassador campaign. When we did this campaign, I don't think so. I thought nobody will come forward. 50 plus, was a huge number. In fact, I don't know how we got this number, but 50 batch ambassadors came together. I was very happy. In fact, what is the module we work is, we have a lot of initiatives that has to be shared to the batch groups. And you and me know that, everybody has their own WhatsApp groups. I am from 2003 and I'm in touch with most of my alumni. When I tell them, please come in, get in touch with my association, none of them will be ready. But, I every time, push the messages of our alumni association every time into this group. They at least know that, these are the programs which is there. The idea of creating batch ambassador was that, they, transmit these messages to their batch groups, so that, everybody knows what we are trying to do, what are the initiatives we are taking. Ultimately, they do not want to contribute now, but, ultimately, in the long run, they will be able to contribute. The batch ambassador is an excellent initiative, thanks to Alumni, and we've been able to successful. That's how, I told you about one of the alumni who wanted to contribute. He came to know, because he's very reserved kind of a guy, because I know him, he's my senior. Never wanted to be in touch with any of the technologies. He WhatsApps me and tells me, I would have always called, WhatsApps me and tells me, he's that shy. I do not want my name to be told, but I will be contributing every. That was the last message I received, and the money has come in. So that's shy how he is, and that's how some people, very introvert, do not want to get in touch with people. The newsletter competition, our logo, what you see, is being designed by our alumni. We wanted to carry forward that tradition, and we had around 78 names. All the names started with N. I don't think so any name. In fact, some of the feedback coming in, why do you want every initial as N? But I want to check what is the feeling of our alumni. Every name, all the end point was N. All names were unique, but ultimately we chose N quest. We went through a polling and we chose N. Basically, this brought in a lot of alumni interest. He will go on telling to many of the people that the vaccine which I have taken, all the books which we have, which we are creating, and basically it is to create an interaction with the community.
Mr. Imran, if you don't mind, in the midst, while you were speaking, I think there was some connectivity issue. So if you could just once again repeat the story of the newsletter naming competition, so that would just help us to get a complete understanding.
Okay, fine. See, what we have is, see our logo there, which has been designed by one of our 1994 batch alumni, that is Dr. Parvez. We had a competition for the logo running, and we had a huge number of response. That was in 2010. To name the newsletter, and we wanted alumni centricity. We wanted alumni to be involved in most of the activities. This campaign was run in 2018, I believe, and went up to 2019. We had a huge response. Many people sent, and as you all know, it's a tradition to start everything with N. Most of the names, 78 names, had the beginning with N, end with N, and middle name N. All were, amazing names. We didn't know what to choose. In fact, we did an internal voting, because we did not want to put it, did not want a war game to start, because every batch, that there will be a war game. But we chose finally N as a name, and in fact, the entire will happen is any initiative what we take and we get this batch going on. Well, we all know we are very competitive when it comes to batch. Even though we have passed out, we still have that we are the best batch. Just to have this kind of middling or I do call up and tell this batch fellow has done this. What are your we all do this kind of small things which build this reputation.
I see.
In fact.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So that's really amazing, like how empathetic and inclusive you have been about building the alumni community and figured out various ways to involve your alumni in all your big or small initiatives, like starting from establishing a chapter to maybe naming a newsletter. Because the way I can understand is that that's what raises a sense of belonging among the alumni. Like whatever we are doing, it's about us. It's like by the alumni for the alumni, right?
Yes.
So it's really amazing how you have brought all these things together in order to create an alumni-centric ecosystem all over.